Hello, bros and bras. I am taking a shot at doing a video newsletter. Hopefully this thing works out well. I have a whole list of things I wanted to cover. Instead of typing it up, I figured it would make more sense to try and do a video. Hopefully it works out. Let me know what you think. The first topic I'm going to discuss is the grand opening of the Two Rivers Treads and Bros and Bras location over in Ranson. It's very exciting. Hope you've had a chance to get down to the new HQ. It's at 400 South Mildred Street. It was officially Two River Treads' grand opening, not necessarily the Bros and Bras grand opening just yet. We've had some challenges figuring out what we're going to do for retail and what it's going to take to make it a true store that reflects how we are as a group and as a club. So once we get that concept established and up and running, you'll know, and we'll put together an event that's the actual grand opening that we'll have, which would be naturally a party and maybe a run or something like that. But we're also going to launch a whole line of running shirts and stuff like that. That'll be new to everybody. The grand opening was held on the same day as the Harpers Ferry Half Marathon and 5K. We had a lot of people out there who got their first half marathons done. It was my first time running the half marathon in Harpers Ferry, and I'll tell you what, that race means business. That is a hard, tough race. It's no joke. Definitely want to train for it, and hopefully next year we'll put together a training plan leading up to that where people can work together to learn how to dominate those hills so they're not surprised like they were to me, even though I knew they were there. We had Richmond Ragnar. We had two teams go down to Richmond. That was a very successful event. 8 or 9 people ran their first Ragnars. So that was a significant accomplishment. While we were gone in Richmond and while we were doing the Harpers Ferry Half, we also had many people like Chris Anderson and Lee and a few others out there doing their first races or doing 3 races in a month or just getting in their first miles or something as simple as quitting smoking. So good job to those people. We have the West Virginia Day 5K coming up. That currently the registration is $20. It increases in 1 week. We're 3 weeks away from the start. It's on June 17th, and please get out there. That's how you help support the club, is by registering for our races. We had 175 runners last year, and we hope to have more runners than that this year. Right now we're at 27 people registered, so I assume there'll be a rush this week to save money on the registration fees. Information on that can be found at the www.brosandbrashq.com. Let's see. Recently on Facebook, we've had a surge of reviews. I guess somebody reviewed Bros and Bras and wrote something nice, and that got shared with everybody. And then other people started sharing their experiences with Bros and Bras, and I think it's really helped to clear things up with people who are just kind of sniffing around the group or hovering on the fringes. You know, is this really a group I want to join? I feel like the reviews are definitely communicating that to people who are out on the fringes. So if you get a chance to shoot a review on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, please help us out with that. We have a new space at the Community Gardens in Ranson. This is new to me. Jen Charlebois is pretty much the captain gardener, as far as I know, in the Bros and Bras. She's the one taking the lead on what's happening there. I personally haven't seen it yet. I look forward to seeing it in one of the future runs that we'll discuss in a few minutes. But there's a Bros and Bras sign at the section of the garden that is our garden. So check it out and get a chance to talk to JC and see what she knows about it. We picked up quite a few sponsors in the last few months. Spirit of Jefferson naturally has been our sponsor for years now. They give us really good advertising opportunities inside their paper, and we really appreciate that. Patrick Schneebly recently donated a significant number of water bottles with our logos on them, and we are fortunate that we can use those water bottles as giveaways for all of our races all year long for the number of water bottles he gave us. Matt Harvey recently stepped up as a sponsor. Thank you, Matt. He's sponsoring a concept I came up with called the Harvey Half Mile. So ultimately, he sponsors the last half mile of every race that we produce. And if you get a chance to thank Matt Harvey please do so. Sydney Bennett down at the Vintage Lady. She is a year-long sponsor of Bros and Bras. She's a really beautiful store down in Harpers Ferry. If you get a chance to get down there and check that out. City National Bank and naturally Bracken's Painting and Bracken's Plowing. They are significant financial sponsors of this club. A couple notes on what's going on at the HQ. Also, some of the things that can really work for you to help you become a better walker, a better runner, help you move naturally, more efficiently. There are 4 True Form runners there now. It's a motorless treadmill. It forces you to have proper form walking and eventually proper form running. And there's a lot of technicians there who can help you run that equipment well. It's a really good way to do, it's a great way to warm up prior to your run. And you'll be seeing more of that kick off as more runs start at the HQ. The Laura Bergman's fascia lines, she has recently opened up a pop-up space in Charlestown. She is able to take appointments, so contact her either by text or on Facebook. But I believe she'll also be able to meet at Two Rivers Treads to offer coaching opportunities or running assessments. Again, she could share a lot more information with you, but I've worked with her for 4.5 years, and I enjoy the benefits of pain-free running most of the time when I train. But again, she could be very beneficial and helpful there. A few quick upcoming events that we need to talk about. There will be a Bros and Bras social. There's 2 of them in 1 week. There's one unofficial one and there's an official one. The unofficial one is the third Thursday, which starts in June. It is the Thursday before our race on the 17th. So it's on the 15th. And then after the race for West Virginia Day on June 17th, there is a large beer garden and music festival that starts at the same time as our race. So I figure Bros and Bras will populate that area as heavily as possible for most of the day. So come as you are, wear your Bros and Bras gear. It's a great way for us to have fun and act up downtown, especially after our race. And fortunately, this party will last longer than a few hours, so I can clean the course up and I can get to the race. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Third Thursday itself will have a wine garden, so that's also another fun thing. So we'll start a run before the wine garden opens, and then we'll relax on Charles Street and have a glass of wine. Bethany Casto is starting her runs at the C&O Canal outside of Shepherdstown. Those start at 7 a.m. Those are typically longer runs on Saturday mornings. We have a lunchtime run on Fridays that starts at Two Rivers Treads. We have, Sundays is the Harpers Ferry area hike. They go on random hikes in random areas. That starts at 8:30. There's a trail run at 1 p.m. at Sam Michaels Park on Sundays. There's a 9 a.m. walkers group on Tuesdays. There's a Shannondale trail run at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. There's an enormous amount of walking groups that are out there, and you can find all that on the calendar tab on the Bros and Bras HQ website. There are Ragnar teams forming for the West Virginia Appalachians Ragnar. I think 2 teams are almost totally full. If you're interested in trying to go to that, you're going to want to get a hold of people on Facebook or shoot us an email, and we can put you in touch with who's going to that race. And I'm imagining that I'm forgetting a few other things, but that is what I've got so far for a newsletter. So I kept it under 10 minutes. Hopefully I was thorough. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns. Oh, you know what? We're going to have a contest. As most of you know, I'm opening another company called Bracken Tees, and I'm going to give a $25 gift certificate to the person who sends me the most inspiring photo from a Bros and Bras event. A run, a group shot, people hugging it out, somebody on their first 5K or finishing their first 5K. And what I'll do is I'll put together the top 10 photos that I receive, and then we will figure out a way to vote on them. So Bros and Bras can then vote on who had the best photo, and then I'll issue the gift certificate to Bracken Tees, which pretty much gets you a t-shirt or two. You can email those to brosandbrashq@gmail.com. All right? Thanks a lot, Bros and Bras. No judgment, no expectations.